The bayou stretched out before me, its murky waters reflecting the dim light of the crescent moon. As a storyteller with a penchant for the macabre, I had ventured deep into the heart of Louisiana, seeking the spine-chilling tales that echoed through the swamps like ghostly whispers. Little did I know I was about to become a character in a story I would never forget. The air was thick with humidity and the haunting calls of unseen creatures. I had heard rumors of a place, hidden deep within the bayou where the line between the living and the dead blurred. Locals spoke of restless spirits and vengeful ghosts that roamed the swamp at night, seeking retribution for sins long forgotten. Guided by the cryptic directions of a weathered old man I met in a dimly lit bayou tavern, I navigated the twisting waterways in a creaky, old flat-bottomed boat. The shadows danced on the water's surface, creating an eerie ballet that sent shivers down my spine. The trees draped in Spanish moss seemed to whisper secrets to each other as I ventured deeper into the heart of darkness. It wasn't long before I reached a secluded inlet, where the trees closed in like silent sentinels guarding a forbidden secret. The old man's directions led me to a weather-beaten shack, barely standing on stilts above the murky water. As I approached, the wood beneath my feet groaned in protest, and the air turned colder. I pushed open the creaking door, revealing a single room illuminated by the flickering light of a single lantern. The air inside was thick with the scent of damp earth and decay. Curiosity battled with apprehension as I stepped into the dimly lit space. The walls of the shack were adorned with faded photographs of people I did not recognize. Their eyes seemed to follow me, their expressions frozen in time, as if they were trapped between the worlds. In the center of the room, a tattered rug covered the wooden floor, concealing a trapdoor beneath. Compelled by an unseen force, I lifted the rug and uncovered the hidden entrance. The air seemed to pulse with energy as I descended into the darkness below. The narrow staircase led me to a damp subterranean chamber where the sound of dripping water echoed like distant whispers. As my lantern cast long shadows on the damp walls, I discovered the chamber was filled with old, rusted cages. Each cage contained relics of the past, tattered clothing, yellowed photographs, and weathered trinkets. It was as if the spirits of the bayou had been imprisoned in these cages, their memories suspended in time. A sudden chill ran down my spine as I heard a soft, mournful wail. The sound seemed to come from the darkest corner of the chamber. As I approached, the temperature dropped and my breath formed a ghostly mist in the cold air. In the shadows, I saw a figure huddled in the corner, its back turned to me. "Who are you?" I called out, my voice echoing through the chamber. The figure remained motionless, and I felt a cold hand grip my heart. As I stepped closer, the figure slowly turned to face me, a spectral woman with hollow eyes and a torn dress that seemed to blend with the shadows. Her voice, a haunting melody, filled the chamber. "You have awakened us, she whispered, her words sending shivers down my spine. "For years we have lingered in the shadows, forgotten by the living. But now, you have come, and our stories must be told." As she spoke, the other cages rattled, and the air became heavy with the presence of unseen entities. The spirits of the bayou emerged from their cages, their forms flickering like candle flames. They circled me, their eyes pleading for release from the shackles of the past. I felt a weight on my chest, a crushing guilt that didn't belong to me. The stories of betrayal, loss, and unfinished business echoed in my mind. The bayou had become a prison for these tormented souls, and I, the unwitting intruder, held the key to their liberation. With each tale they shared, the air grew thicker, the darkness more oppressive. I realized that the only way to free them was to bear witness to their stories, to become the conduit for their unfinished business. As the last spirit spoke, the room fell silent, and the air seemed to hold its breath. A sudden gust of wind extinguished my lantern, plunging the chamber into darkness. In the blackness, I felt a spectral presence surround me. Whispers filled my ears, telling tales of love and loss, betrayal and revenge. The weight on my chest lifted, replaced by a sense of release. When I relit the lantern, the chamber was empty. The cages were gone, and the subterranean chamber had returned to its silent slumber. The bayou outside was calm, its waters reflecting the dawn light. As I emerged from the shack, the air felt lighter, and the shadows seemed less ominous. The spirits of the bayou had found peace, their stories no longer confined to the subterranean chamber. I realized that I had become a vessel for their redemption, a storyteller who had bridged the gap between the living and the dead. As I navigated the winding waterways back to civilization, I couldn't shake the feeling that the bayou held many more secrets. The line between reality and the supernatural had blurred, and the spine-chilling stories of the South had become a part of my own haunted narrative. The bayou, with its mysteries and phantoms, had left an indelible mark on my soul, and the tales of that fateful night would linger in my mind like a ghostly echo.